It's when a verb carries s, it is what? It is always in singular form. And but when the pronoun, when a noun carries the s, that is it is going to be what? The plural marker. Then you revert it to it. You are going to use the corresponding verb to it will be what? Will be plural. That is when you have s add to, for example, now when you have by buy and you add s to it, then that s changes to what? To singular. That is what the s for a verb is a singular marker, but s for a noun is a plural marker. I hope you understand the transfer in terms of the rule. It is very, very important for us to master this one, and it is very important for us to know some things that we may be thinking that they are minor in academic, that is in academic and even in communication. When you use them, when you commit them, then the master of the language will know that the person is making error. But it may in day-to-day communication, people may pardon it as if in as far as you have communicated the error, people will overlook the error. But it is as a English student or as an English learner, you should know how to master the language you are mastering, because the failure to master a language means what? A delay from the line of the communication. Let us look at the example. There is no, we always emphasize on this program that there is no minor error in the language, because if it's in mathematics, if you say 6.7 and 6.6, if it is in theory, I'm not talking about our objective. In theory, if the answer is supposed to be 6.7 and you write 6.6, you can still be what? You can still get the full mark. Yes, that is in mathematics and some other calculation like that. In as much as it is within. Don't forget the difference in mathematics. I am very sorry to delve a little bit into mathematics. Everybody transacts mathematics every day, even if at all arithmetic. When you say the difference between 7.5 and 7.4 is what is too much, if very, very much. Therefore, it is unpardonable because of the approximation in the realm of mathematics. Yes, in the realm of mathematics. But when you say 7.6 and 7.7, the two of them may be pardoned. Yes, back to our business. We are saying what made us to go to that aspect is that there is no minor error. Yes, there is no minor error in language. In every language, Yoruba language, English language, French language, there is no minor error. You miss it for it. Yeah, let us look at this one so we can look at what some people may think to be a minor error that is unpardonable in the language. Look at this example where you say every girl must bring their own lunch. Look at this. Every girl must bring their own lunch is ungrammatical. Yes, because there is a plural. Therefore, if you use there for every girl, don't forget that when you use every, anything plus anything with every is always singular. Therefore, singular cannot go with the plural pronoun which is there. It is better to say every girl must bring her own lunch. Every girl, singular. Then singular. You can see the permutation. It is very, very important to study it, and when you study it, you know the appropriate words to be used for each of these ones. Let us look at another one in terms of what? In terms of apostrophe, the use of apostrophe. You know, when you are talking about apostrophe before s is talking about possessive. Yes, possessive. Therefore, when you have it, before s of its it apostrophe and s, that is what? That means that you are talking about it is not in that form. That is not about a possessive. It apostrophe s is a shortened form of it is. But when you have its apostrophe, you are talking about possessive. Let us look at the play now. It's without apostrophe. It's a cold day for October. It's a cold day for October. Without what? Without apostrophe means that what? It's it's talking about possession. Possession here is not what? It's not, it cannot come up. Therefore, it is ungrammatical. But when you say it's a cold day for October, it apostrophe s means it is a cold day for October. Very simple like that. Okay? I hope if that one is mastered, let us move on to another one. That is how you arrange, that is word order. At 8 years old, look at this. At 8 years old, comma, my father gave me a pony for Christmas. At 8 years old, comma, my father gave me a pony for Christmas. Now, at 8 years old, the construction is what is not correct, because it has to come with a particular conditional word. Therefore, it is to say, when I was 8 years old. Yes, the first structure that we say that is not correct, people may assume that your listener or your audience has understood that you are talking about yourself by saying at 8 years old. No, you have not communicated enough. You say, when I was 8 years old, that one is complete. My father gave me a pony for Christmas. When I was, look at it, when I was cannot be deleted. It is very, very essential in this construction. When I was 8 years old, my father gave me a pony for Christmas is the complete statement, not at 8 years old. We always fall victim of this construction at tender age. What tender age? Whose tender age? You can see all these questions has negated your statement. And before we leave this particular segment, let's look at this as a sentence fragment. Now, when you say Sharon stayed home from school the other day, full stop, because she was sick. Look at this construction. Because, yes, our teacher taught us that you don't always use because to start a sentence. Yes, don't use because to start a sentence. But this one says, Sharon stayed home from school the other day, full stop, because he was sick. Is ungrammatical because, firstly, it started with what? With because. The second sentence started with because. Therefore, and the two of them must be a compound sentence. You can see that one. Look at the two extremes. There are many reasons that goes against this construction, but we don't have much time. That is why we are calling on you philanthropists to be part of Good Influence Plan. That you want people to learn more about this thing. We can bring our scholars into this debate. We don't have much time. We have just only 10 minutes for this aspect. Join us so that we can be able to do more than this one. Yes, the correct one is to say Sharon stayed home from school the other day because she was sick. Look at this compound sentence. That was the little we have for you. By the grace of God, we are still going to do more next week during that very particular belt of the first 10 minutes. Let us go and join the VTR man to give you the entertaining aspect. The class resumed. What is the appropriate rhyme for today?
Sharing news. and dance with lots of laughs. I love to go to school. Back to school, back to school, back to school today. What will I learn? What will I play? Back to school today. I can sing my ABCs. I love to go to school. I can count to 1, 2, 3. I love to go to school. We can play with all our friends. We love to go to school. It feels like fun will never end. We love to go to school. Back to school, back to school, back to school today. What will we learn? What will we play? Back to school today.
Thank you very much, Nikan Busari and Mama D. Thank you very much for giving us that entertaining aspect of Golden Footprint. I'm Adibisa Bijeli, as usually tell you. Now, we are moving on to the hero segment. I can tell you that today's hero is a very prominent person. You might have not seen something about nature on this program, because when you have a 15-year-old person that was shaking the table of jam, then it is what the person was to be a hero on the program. Then who is that person? You're going to see a picture of the boy. Yes, a 15-year-old person is a boy, and what the giant stride that the boy made, you are going to learn some things about him, so that by next year it might be your own child that is going to score the highest mark, or your own girl that is going to score the highest mark. We are going to have the picture courtesy Nikan Busari. He give us that thing. A 15-year-old Lotana Azokeke has written his name in the history books of the Nigerian academic scene. The teenager, a student of Bishop Otubelu Juniorate, Trans Ekuku, Enugu State, broke the 5-year-old JAMB UTME record. The native of Oba in Ide Mili, South Local Government Area of Anambra State, scored 99 marks in mathematics, that is out of 100 marks, and bagged an overall score of 337 out of 400 points. A new record has been set in the examination to be concluded. That is, exam is going to be concluded today. According to the report, the 15-year-old Lotana Azuekeke scored 99 marks in mathematics, 88 marks in chemistry, 86 in physics, and 64 in English language. That is use of English, ranking of 337 overall points. JAMB official said the development was made known in a statement issued by the spokesperson for the school's founder, Dr. Chiweke Uba, stated that the 15-year-old boy smashed the record earlier set by Chidera Obi, who scored 329 marks 5 years ago. According to the source, Osokeke applied to study electrical electronic engineering at the University of Nigeria, Nzuka, that is UNN, that is University of Nzuka. That was the little for you about that boy. God bless the boy, God bless Nigeria student, God bless Nigeria. And I want to tell you that another JAMB is just a few days to less than a year. Therefore, it may be the turn of your own boy or your own girl to try. start training them from now. It is not what through malpractice one cannot get that mark. I can tell you that it is only through effort that you can get that mark, or that your child can get that mark. Let us train, let us support teachers in training our young ones. When you support them, and you're going to see the signs of all these giant strive from what? From home, by seeing the way they read, the way they talk. We show that they will have wisdom plus knowledge. Therefore, if you are able to garner this one, then you should be expecting a brilliant performance in the next year JAMB. And such a person who has scored that high mark, notwithstanding, everybody knows that he must have cleared his O level, and when he will clear his O level, go and check his result. You will see that you are going to be seeing something like A in his result, BB, even hardly can you see C in such a person, and automatically, the boy has been given scholarship. Your boy or your girl will enter into any distinguished university in Nigeria and abroad freely because of the intellect. Therefore, parents, we are advising you to discourage our malpractices in any examination starting from O level. We learn that some people will go to that very level or to that very length of bribing for WAEC, bribing for JAMB, bribing for post UTME. Is very, very bad. Let all these children, it is very simple. I always say students that either WAEC or JAMB or whatever, or even UTME, they don't say question that your pupil cannot score. 15-year-old just only to read. If you can read, I can tell you that there is no serious or too much or difficult question in all these exams. Go and check the exams. You will discover that some of the very exams, some of their questions are now very cheap, very simple. And what is funny about this is that the more you treat past questions, the more you come across some of the very questions. Some of the very questions, you will see that the examination body will pick them verbatim and put it for you. That is, it is now up to you that you just remember how you solve the question and you pick your answer. That is very simple. Please let us say no to examination malpractice in all form. We are moving on to the next segment where we are going to have a direct interaction with ourselves about our sound. Then what are the sounds we want to look at today? Are very simple. You are going to choose the word with the same vowel sound with the ones underlined. I will tell you the one underlined. We are sorry that our graphics section is going through a little repair, and very soon it is going to come up big. Therefore, you choose the word with the same vowel sound with the one that I'm going to tell you. Now, number one is this: M-A-R-R-Y, M-A-R-R-Y. Then A is underlined, M-A-R-R-Y. Hey, I'm very sorry that you may not be able to communicate directly with us, but by the grace of God, let me just do the analysis. Then you join us next week with this, when we are going to have the telephone to communicate directly with you. M-A-R-R-Y is pronounced as Mary. R sound is what we want to test now. R sound in M-A-R-R-Y. I hope you understand the spelling. M-A-R-R-Y. Then we will pronounce this as Mary. You pronounce it as Mary. Therefore, R is the word. Is the vowel sound of our contest this morning. R is the word. Then when you want to transcribe it, you transcribe it as me, R, and R, and E, as Mary. Option A, B-A-T-T-E-R. B-A-T-T-E-R is pronounced as better. Option B, B-A-R-T-E-R. Better. That one is what? Long R. Then option C is P-E-R-K. P-E-R-K is pronounced as peck. Long A. Peck. And option D is M-A-R-T-Y-R. You pronounce it as matter. Now, when you look at the one having short R and sounding like R, not R, you see that it is what? It is only better. B-A-T-T-E-R that can give us the word. Therefore, the word marry and better are what? They come from the same constituency. Therefore, marry and better, they have similar vowel sound. That is the explanation. Number two. Yes, L-I-T, the word is L-I-T-M-U-S, L-I-T-M-U-S. Then U is underlined. You know, when you say U, then you don't pronounce it as U. When you are talking about phonics, you pronounce it as U in phonics. But here, it is what? It is going to be pronounced as litmus. Now, option A, PAPER is option A. Option B, DOWN. Option C, RUST. And option D, BASH. BASH is yes. Now, when you want to pronounce it, LITMUS is pronounced as litmus. It is not pronounced as U or U. It is pronounced as litmus. Now, when you look at option A, you pronounce PAPER as paper. And when you look at paper and litmus, in the O for moss, in the air of paper. Therefore, when you look at option B, you will see that what you pronounce is down, very far from me. C, RUST, rust, or is what you pronounce, not in like the one given to you. And when you, the last one, BASH, bash, very different. Therefore, paper is the one having the same sound with litmus. Yes, I hope this is a convenient point because we have to maintain time. I want to appreciate those who made today's edition of Good Fruiting a Feeling One, starting for our transmission director. God bless you. Very good. Likewise, my man, Lekan Busali. Thank you very much. Mutiulai Ahmed. Thank you very much. That's our man. Likewise, my man, Jami Olawale and Maruf Ashiru. Oladuni Odessa me is Mama D. Thank you. God bless you. Very good. God bless your family. I'm Adebisi Abijali Aderotimi. Till next week, I say bye for now.
Hey, what a lucrative, invaluable, scintillating and explosive program on OSB television. Ilé Àwíyé Òkè Ìbàlẹ̀ Òṣogbo Christian.